Welcome back to Transformations Yoga and Pilates Studio. I'm Leanne, and as we continue with my breast cancer chronicles, I come to a part of my story that I actually have been finding very difficult to speak about, and that is the mastectomy. This losing of a piece of my body. I still look back and it's just kind of hard to believe, but there's many women before me that have taken this path. My grandmother was one of them. She was a little tiny woman with a massive heart of gold, and I figured if she could do it, I could do it as well. So I knew that I was soon to be joining the mythical ranks of Wonder Woman and Amazon women alike. As the myth goes that the right breast was to be removed so that it didn't hinder these women from being excellent archers and warriors. And I was posturing myself to, be quite a formidable opponent to cancer. I was bolstering myself up to be this warrior, a warrior not of more of peace, of love, of hope and courage. So I busied myself with pre-ops and education at the hospital for post-ops and doctor's appointments, getting my household organized and tying up loose ends and sorting out things for kids and just things that would go through my head, like, what are they going to eat? This the most random things that I just wanted to have everything organized and in order. So once I had this done, that I could just heal, that I could just recover. And it was a busy time. I needed things to be busy. I still worked out, practiced yoga right up to the day before surgery. And actually the day of surgery, I was still practicing yoga. I tried to get in as many types of movements or postures that I love to do that I knew that I would not be able to do for some time. So I just wanted to get it all in while I could. And along with being busy, I really latched on to humor. I mean, there was plenty of things that we could laugh about or joke about with this upcoming surgery. From having a completely different profile to having only one nipple. And so, there was Pinky and Winky as my daughters and I started naming my breasts. And we just wanted to have some fun. I even had a friend of mine who put on a bye-bye boob party for me and made me a delicious cake because, we already sorted out that I love cake. So that was awesome. And then there was my hot date with Alex. It was kind of my last hurrah at boasting out my femininity with a little black dress and high heels. I wanted to make the most of this time that I had, this freedom of movement, still looking symmetrical somewhat. And I just didn't know how I was going to be or feel after this was all over. I actually didn't give myself a lot of time to think too much about that stuff. I was very guarded. I was freaked out. The morning of surgery, I donned on my little cancer outfit, my screw you cancer outfit, and I was ready to go to the hospital with this wall of courage. But underneath it all, I was freaked out to the max. It was like a little hamster spinning around going, gotta keep going, gotta keep breathing, gotta keep moving. And I recall being at the hospital that my daughter, Marissa, had music for me to listen to. It was the Gayatri mantra, my favorite mantra by my fave singer, Deva Premal. And she put that in my ears, and I love this, and I couldn't even listen to it. I was too freaked out. I didn't want to go in. I had to stay alert. I was on high alert. as I imagine many people are when they go into this type of a surgery. All I had in my mind was this song from Van Halen, Jump. I get up and nothing gets me down. That's all I kept thinking, jump. I just wanted to keep going and not have anything get me down. When I was into the pre-surgical waiting room, I couldn't sit still. I was there with Alex and my mom and even my brother Jason that had arrived at one point, and I was up and down like a yo-yo and doing yoga postures and making a toga out of my blanket and being silly. I even had the anesthesiologist, when he came in to collect me, he grabbed the clipboard, and I said to him, I go, you must be looking for me. And he said, Leanne. And I was like, yes. And he goes, how did you know? And I said, because the clipboard says 10. I'm a 10. So it didn't take the anesthesiologist very long when we got into the surgical room to put me out. I was quite sure that they all wanted me to shut up very quickly because I was chatting to everyone. I want, make sure that the surgeon, the plastic surgeon, and the nurses and the anesthesiologist, that they all had a good sleep, that they were feeling pumped, that we were going to get this done, we were going to do it right, we were going to make sure all the cancer was gone. And then it was lights out for me. There was no more. I think they wanted me to be quiet. I don't really remember much about the hospital after that, which is probably good. I heard that from my family that the surgery was a little bit longer than we expected, but things went really well. And apparently all I wanted to do was go home. I just wanted to go home. It's very interesting, here we have these major surgeries that you can go into the hospital, have this major surgery, and then you get to go home. You don't have to stay there. I love that idea. I love that I could go home and be around my family and really relax and let go and know that things were going to be all right. I mean, there was nurses that were going to come in. There was lots of help that was going to be around. I just wanted to go home. And I was very grateful when I did get home. My family was around me, and that night they all slept on the living room floor, all with me. It was a really nice feeling to know that everyone was there. So this fragmented femininity that I was experiencing, this, and it's quite a thing and takes a lot of time to get over, trying to match up what you see in the mirror to how you really feel. And yet what I found is that this essence, our divine essence, is never changed. That we may look different on the outside, but each of us, we have this divine essence that is ongoing, that is there to stand the test of all of our experiences in our lives. So I hope that for anyone that has to undergo a surgery like this, or if you know of someone that has to go underneath the surgery, that it's tough stuff, that we want to be tough. We don't want our families to worry about us. We are freaked out about what the future holds for us, and of course, most part, you just want to make sure you wake up alive after the surgery. So when those things happen, it's like, yeah, okay, it's good. Because let's face it, I was walking around with this, which I felt to be like a bag of cancer. I was walking around with this time bomb, and it needed to go. It had to go. That piece of me had to go. That part of my body had turned against me. It was time for it to leave. And so, although I do miss the way I used to look, I'm very glad not to have cancer in my body. So, until we meet again, and I look forward to connecting with you again subscribe, like, put something in the comments. If you're interested in seeing any videos about yoga for breast cancer, let me know. I would be very happy to provide those types of videos as well. Until then, peace.
Oh, let me get serious here.
I've been filming for 10 seconds already, so.
Okay.
Okay, now these are
Words of wisdom.
that's exactly.
Leanne, you're amazing. Just in case you have forgotten.
And you feel wonderful. I feel good. Like I knew that I would.
Should be filming her. You're gonna be just fine.